morning, everybody. So we're on the 19th of August 2019, and the chart on my screen now, this is GBP USD. This is what we had on Friday. We actually had a resistance at this point here. Then we mentioned that price should break above it, then retrace back before you can continue to the upside. If that's exactly what you are looking at, the same thing that I said on Friday, then probably you're supposed to be in a buy now, which is going against the price. Somehow is heading massively to the lower side. So one thing that I'd like to say is that if the current candle closes as red, we have the indicator also showing us a red, then this is a sign that we are continuing to the lower side. So what this means is that the price should continue downwards up to around 1.20988. That is, if price closes below this level here, then we expect it to go down up to around 1.20988, 1.20930. This is on the daily. On the weekly, we have this. What has been happening so far on the weekly, we have been massively to the lower side. This from the moment when this happened, this has been a downtrend. From this point here, we've seen the price continue down, it continued down, it continued down. Somehow we're still downwards. This, in my opinion, is a good sell. We are still into a seller zone, but expect some retracement. Expect some retracement to the upper side, but overall the price is bearish. So if you're looking at this chart, maybe you're looking at the daily or maybe weekly, we are still bearish. On the daily, we've started a move to the upper side. There was this downtrend. Somehow we've reversed to the upper side. Now we are somehow heading to the upper side. So if you're looking at the daily chart, then this could be a very good place to sell from. We have this as a resistance. This could be a place to look for a sell from. You're looking at this chart at the moment and you would like to trade it properly, then expect some move upward. Let price continue upwards, but it should not go above this zone, the up one. Okay. Let price remain below that zone so that you can sell it clearly to the lower side. So we'll move forward. We move to the next symbol, and that should be Euro USD. So as I've mentioned before, I'm actually going to look at it from the weekly, then I move down to daily, hours, and to the other time frames. What you have on the weekly. The first thing that I'm seeing on this chart is that there's an active move to the lower side. The price somehow is continuing massively to the lower side, and there's a trend line here, a very, very good trend line as a support. And then we also have the top line here, which is also a very good resistance here. As long as we have price consolidating in between this range, we are waiting to sell from the top. Here we are waiting to sell from the top and then to buy from the bottom. Here, sell from the top there and then to buy the bottom. It's here. These lines are signal. There's nothing. I don't use them for anything. We are waiting to sell. Anytime the price hits above this line here, we pick a sell. Anytime it gets below the trend line but does not close below, we pick a buy. And if it gets back again in the future, we'll do the same thing. So technically this is downtrend, but we are only trading reversals because there is no clear breakout either above or below the range which we've drawn here. So on the daily, we have to reduce this first. I'm going to delete all this. Daily, there's a level here which is very significant. Price should get back to this level so that you can sell it at the lowest possible risk here. A support, a support, a support, and then there's a break. It came back, and then there's a break below. So somehow on this chart we are still below 1.11291. So this is a good sell if price can come back to this zone. If price can retrace back and get back to this level here, then that will be a good place to look for a sell from. So somebody may argue that there's a level here at the top, which is true. This is a very good level, but I'm only acting with what is close to where the price is. This is the level which is closest to where the price is, and if price can come back to that level, and this is a support, a break, it came back, and there's a break below. So let price retrace back up to this level, 1.11403. Then we'll pick a sell from that point up to around 1.10286, which is here. So we move forward. We move to our next symbol, that is USDJPY. So far USDJPY, this is what was happening. This a very good shape which formed on the daily. The weekly we are still bearish. Then I mentioned I think this was last week on Thursday. I did say that these are the levels we are looking for on this chart. Anytime the price approaches any of these levels, we'll be looking for a trade. Price comes back to this level, we look for a buy. If it gets back, we look for a buy. But if it comes to this resistance, we'll look for a sell. If it breaks even higher, this is another sell place. And even better, if it can come back up to this level. This is a very, very good resistance. So if price can pull back and hit this level here, we'll pick a sell from that point. We want that sell to be taking price downwards. So if price fails to bounce from this 107.043, we'll expect it to proceed up to 107.656. And if that does not happen, we'll also wait and look for a sell from 109.316. So that should take us to the next chart. And the next chart is SP500. We have SP500 somewhere here. SP500, this is how the chart looks. So far this is bullish. We see price continuing massively to the upper side, but in my opinion this is still some consolidation. There's a zone here which price either should break clearly above or it should break below this one. It's something that looks like a range. For me, this is a range where price ought to either break beyond properly or it should break below it. Something like this. Let price go above, then retrace back before we can proceed even higher. If this does not happen, if that does not happen, that the price does not go beyond this level, then it should break below the same zone and continue to the losses. So the main reason I'm only having a buy on this one is because the overall trend on this symbol is actually upwards. Because to reduce this, you'll see that somehow we are actively to the upper side. So I don't want to recommend a sell on this one. Instead, I'm looking for places where somebody should look for a buy from. And the correct place is when price has gone above this level. If price can break beyond, then we wait for a retracement before we can buy it even higher. On the forwards, the same thing. We want price to let this happen. Let price retrace back so that we can buy it from that point up to the top. So that buy should take us up to this resistance, which is here. So we move forward, we move to our next chart, and that should be Brent oil here. So this is how Brent oil looks. Actually, we are somehow heading to the upper side. There is a very good trend line, a supportive trend line, that as long as you have price remaining above it, forms a very good place to look for a buy from here. So we have a support. It continued up a support, continued up a support. It should come back to act as a support. As long as you have price consolidating above this level, we'll be looking for buy positions up to the top. So you buy it there, you will also wait and buy it there, and you'll also wait and buy it. Actually, this is a buy previous, sorry. So we'll wait, this is the one we're waiting for a retracement, then we buy it from that point up to the top. Move forward, move to the next symbol, and that is gold. So one thing that I want to mention is that if you are trading SP 500, look for the same trade on USDJPY. Both of them appear to be moving in the same direction. For sometimes now, gold and SP 500 and USDJPY has been moving in the same direction. So if you see a buy on gold, on SP 500, accept same buy. Expect the same buy on USDJPY. This is what we have. It's a very good active uptrend. Price is making bigger move to the upper side. Have this. I'll delete this first of all. Then this is a continuation sign. Anytime the price is an active trend and then you see a shape formation like this, it means you're still continuing upwards. And when the price breaks above that shape, that is always the correct time to look for continuation signs, to look for signs that we are continuing up. So if you did attend the webinar which you did on pin bars, you're actually supposed to know that after price has gone above a level, then there's a pin bar, which is this. You're supposed to buy the next candle instantly. So if you did that, you're supposed to be in money now. There is also another continuation sign, which is this. These are the zones where we want price to either break beyond clearly above or break below, so that we can pick a trade at the lowest possible risk. As it is at the moment, this is a very good range. Wait for break below or a break above to buy it, break below to sell it. So thank you very much. That should be the end of today's market overview. If you have any questions, kindly feel free to post them here under the chat option. The right hand side, you mentioned there's a chat option. Feel free to post them there so that at least I get to know exactly what you think about, if I need to talk about other pairs other than the ones that I've mentioned, or you have any question in relation to what I've just said. So thank you very much. See you again tomorrow at the same time.